Yeah, everyone, this is Thermite, and this is DeadTube, Volume 9. So, we're going into the Justice Man arc, I guess. Well, the Justice Man slash DeadTuber hunting arc, potentially? I'm really excited about this. Like, I don't remember if I brought this up before, but I'm really into Kamen Rider. I watched a lot of Power Rangers when I was a kid. I'm a big fan of Toku in general, so I am really interested to see what they'll do. So far, like, Justice Man, from the one chapter we have, seems to be a very simple, like, just kill people with raw force kind of guy. Which I guess makes sense. But, I don't know, like, if they're doing really well on DeadTube, then maybe they'll have more money, maybe they can make gadgets or something. I don't know, I think there's a lot they could do with the concept. So let's get right into it. There's also, like, there's the fact that it's Justice Man, and then we also have Machiya and Mashiro, who are hunting DeadTubers, which obviously means the two of them are going to have to clash. So, like, I'm really hoping that they can frame Machiya and Mashiro as, like, villains somehow. Like, I mean, not villains in general, like, obviously, they've done some pretty horrible things. But I mean, like, specifically tokusatsu villains. Like, villains fighting a hero. Saving the weak, destroying evil. 10 years ago, he carried out justice for the first time. The innocent boy. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's right, Machan was also, like, she knows Justice Man's sister, who I don't think has a name yet. If she does, I just forgot it, sorry. But I like that idea, too, that more of the cast is going to get some focus, especially since Mashiro and Machiya are both, like, gone. The last couple of arcs have had that thing where, Mashiro is gone just because if she was around, she'd be able to resolve the arc a lot more quickly. So it was mostly like, Machiya and the rest of the crew doing something. I really like the idea of Machiya and Mashiro both being gone, because, like, if the two of them are gone, that means anyone can die. Even other members of the cast, even people that have been around for a long time, no one is safe. Especially Machan, actually. Because now that I think about it, she's been around since Volume 1. If they kill her off, like, that's going to be pretty impactful. I'm really curious as to whether he actually wore the mask when he was on the train, or if this is just, an implication. Like, we haven't seen his face yet, so we're not going to show it. Oh, that's such an interesting problem to have. Yes, for a hero of justice, Japan was simply too peaceful. Okay, he considered going abroad, but just then he heard some good news. Okay, so it was that moment, actually. Or, like, not that moment, but, like, that general time when he was like, maybe I should go to America or something. And then his sister showed up and was like, hey, DeadTube exists. Okay, Finder of Evil, Arimura 10, Hero of Justice, Justice Man, Recorder of Justice, Matsumura Kaoru. I'm going to quickly write down Arimura 10. Usually I don't write down names, but especially with the Crazy Rascal arc, I had a really rough time trying to figure out who was who, because a lot of the characters didn't say their names enough for me to associate that name with that face before, they died. Oh, okay. You suspicious pedo! I mean, Justice Man himself is pretty suspicious with the constant bulge in his pants. Also, like, if he's finding reports from DeadTube specifically, I guess not, actually. Like, I can't read what this is, but this might just be Twitter. Because I was gonna say, like, a pedo wouldn't be on DeadTube, right? I guess there's no reason why they couldn't now that I think about it. Like, if you can post anything on DeadTube, I guess you could post child porn. It's just, like, the series has never implied that, so I'm thinking maybe not? And of course, the kids are super into this. Shut it, lolicons are as a whole evil! Okay. Here, written online. There are 72 posts about you being a dangerous human being. Okay, I do like that these were all translated. Like, whoever's typesetting the series, thank you. Thank you very much. Like, something like this, for instance. Not that important. I can see how blurred and smudged it is. It's probably, like, hell to try and translate. Whatever. But something like this. If a series, like, has a shot like this and none of the text is translated, I hate that so much. It's so annoying. Okay. I mean, I doubt those kids are going to continue cheering, right? Justice end! Oh, we didn't even get to see, like, the reaction for most of them. Just that one girl. I do like the heavy contrast of, what is justice in a simplistic form with how traumatizing it is, though. Wait a minute, are they gonna kill this guy? Oh my god, they did? Oh no! Hmm. So is the theme that going to be that, like, even though, like, there's not a whole lot of crime in Japan, there's gonna get pettier and pettier? What? Wait, what? Wait, okay. You bought my picture book. You suspiciously charitable man. Um, yeah, wait a minute. We didn't get any set for him at all. You're not wrong, but even if I don't really get it, there are a ton of people who hate you to death. That makes you evil. What? That is insane. Okay, so he does have, like, some sort of gadgets around. Like, or at least, something to set people on fire. But I feel like this has to be a reference to something, like, specific, like a specific mangaka or something. But yeah, so that is the theme of just, they're going, it's pettier and less justified each time. Why is it that the cops never go after him? I guess it's because of the power of DeadTube. Like, DeadTube has the ability to, like, organize things in that way. So I guess we can write it off as just, like, why hasn't he been caught? How hasn't there been an investigation? It's all DeadTube. The fact that DeadTube is a secret site also, like, 10K is not that big. I personally know people on YouTube that have broken 10K. But because it's DeadTube, it is a lot more insane. Because also, if you posted this on YouTube, like, you'd easily get over 1 million subs. Easy. There's no way you wouldn't. Whoa, our reward per subscriber is 100,000 yen. That is nuts. At this rate, we'll make 400 million yen in 1 month. That's 4 million USD, basically, like, around. That is absolutely insane. I think we've gone over this before, and I eventually concluded that someone has to be just, funding this from the top down. Because there's no way that people are paying a sub fee for, like, individual channels. Like, the amount of money that DeadTubers make is way too much for it to be driven by the actual audience. Right, every weekend, the channel with the least subscribers shoulders all the responsibility for the crimes of the other channels, just like regular DeadTube. That is cool, though. Like, it's per channel as opposed to per video. Because that was my problem with some of the challenges, was, like, it de-incentivized the idea of, putting out regular videos. Whereas with this, it is, like, per channel. So you just... But it does have the normal YouTube responsibility of, you gotta keep on putting out that content. If you don't keep on putting out that content, you're gonna be punished. Okay, so this is a very new system. Like, there's only 10 people doing this at all. Okay, and last chapter. First of all, last chapter, it was, like, she kind of stumbled in on them. I was kind of curious as to whether, like, the fact that she knew that they were having sex was going to be a big reveal at some point. But no, it's very casual. Like, they both understand it. It's fine, whatever. Second of all, is this Kuga? I'm certain this is Kuga. Like, the shoulders especially are very Kuga. The thing here, not necessarily, but the shoulders definitely look like him. Let me hear the voice of the masses. Okay, so, yeah. I guess it is just, he's like a bad Light Yagami from Death Note. Like, he's just going after whoever gets posted about a lot. Oh, no. Okay, so he wasn't even asking about that. He specifically just wanted to hear that praise. I feel like half of these have to be shitposts, though. Like, sure, I imagine some people might do it, legitimately, but especially that guy just doing pencil art. I feel like the responses to those have to be very ironic. Oh my god, he is ravaging 10. But recently, he's been kind of plain. Sorry, should I not have read those? Okay, so I think this is how we're going to build up his, as a writer/local hero. I think this is how we're going to justify why he becomes flashier, like, why he gains, like, gimmicks and stuff. Like, maybe he'll gain a new weapon or something, or, like, some more signature moves. Because so far, like, he has been kind of plain, and I think the only way to really step it up is to get crazier and crazier. And they have a ridiculous amount of money. They have 400 million yen each week. So, like, presumably, money is no object when it comes to the kinds of things they can get. How can I become #1? It's also interesting that, like, it's not his imagination. Actually, he's been very unimaginative. Like, it was his sister who told him, like, first of all, like, hey, you can use the internet to find people to punish. She's been kind of the one directing him for the most part. And now Machan's finally directing him. So, I guess he's very justice-minded. Like, all he really talks about is justice, and he enjoys the attention, but he doesn't seem to really have a drive of his own. How about some deep cleaning? Okay, Like, killing a lot of people or killing, like, just a few horrible people? Oh, just, like, massacring some punks, perhaps. Hmm. Save me, Justice Man! God, I love this setup each time, too. Like, she plays the victim, but she does it so insanely well. Justice Man, yoroshiku. I'm actually really curious, like, is his name Justice Man in English, even in Japanese? Or is it, like, like, Justice Man, but in Japanese? Because the way they keep on saying it, like, it sounds super generic in English, but I feel like it might actually be the English words Justice Man. Okay, they're part of the biggest delinquent group in this neighborhood. So it's not just beating up some guys, it's like beating up, like, at least like 50 guys, like a lot of people. Which might be kind of scary. Like, as far as we know, he's not superhuman or anything. He has, like, a gadget or two maybe, but he is more or less just a strong guy. I mean, to be fair, he has, like, punched right through people, he's slashed people's heads off, so maybe there is more to him than we've seen. And it does seem like there are, like, potential superhumans in this world. Like, the entire school invasion arc was kind of proof of that, so maybe. I'm really curious to see how they'll justify it, though. Like, before, it made sense just because, like, it was meant to be a gory, like, high school, like, battle flick. But with this, because it's tokusatsu, I feel like a lot of tokusatsu does have, like, explanations of things. So I feel like there's more incentive for this arc to involve an explanation of why Justice Man can do what he does. Ooh, okay, But it's the other way around as well. If he kills both of, like, all of you, they're gonna jump up the rankings. Yeah, he does seem insane. Like, it's not just that he's strong, it's that when he fights, it seems effortless. Like, he does feel like a Toku hero. Like, he's not panting or anything. Every time he attacks, it looks like it's the very first thing he's ever done. Ooh, this is pretty villainous, huh? How are they gonna spin this out? Oh my! Oh, that's right! Like, they are hunting dead tubers, so maybe they'll be on the same side for a brief period. This could also be, the big intro, and then after this, it's like, oh, well, you've saved us now, but we will be mortal enemies in the future. That girl holding Satoshi-kun, that means she is, yep, it's Mai. Oh boy, okay. By the way, like, I don't have these, like, put into volumes, but I'm still gonna read 4 chapters per, and we'll treat those as volumes. I know the covers aren't all out, but once I catch up, I don't know, we'll do something with the thumbnails. Doesn't matter. Ooh, such assaulting a family. I think that, yeah, that probably really triggered Machiya, specifically. Females remained his first love, his daughter, and her mother. They are raped by the whole group. Dear God. That's super fucked up. Like, the thing that really bothers me each time, I don't mean that in terms of, like, the series bothering me. I mean, like, in terms of, IRL. Like, it bothers me that every time I see something horrible like this, my immediate thought is, well, I'd still be curious enough to click on it, though. Like, that really is the devilish appeal of DeadTube. I'm sure I wouldn't after a while, or, like, there's some things that'd be a bit too far, but especially if I had been watching DeadTube for a while and I got more and more desensitized, I feel like this would be very addictive, just because of how intense it is, like, how extreme it is. You'd be constantly chasing that extreme high. Yeah, she doesn't care. That's the thing. She will fight, even if the hostage is gonna die. She doesn't give a crap. Also, she could die, actually. Like, if we have a Justice Man without his sister, that might actually be how the story moves forward. I don't think so, though. Like, it's been too early, and she hasn't done it enough. Oh. Okay, using someone else as a projectile. Ah. Yeah, that is pretty awesome. Oh boy, okay, this is turning into one hell of a video, that's for sure. I don't know if we've ever done it before, but, like, on DeadTube, are you allowed to post multiple videos of the same incidents? Just, like, record it, like, just, shot from different perspectives? I guess you have to be, but, like, on the islands, it was just one person at the very end who was able to send anything in. I guess with the school, I don't remember anyone actually recording at the school. No. They used, like, security cameras. So that was still, like, one video, basically, even with multiple DeadTubers there. Okay, I guess I don't know, I could be wrong. Let me know. Oh boy, let's see Mai in action. Oh my god, that's actually a really cool shot. Not just the fact that it's dividing like two parts of the same overall image, but also the fact that I assume, well, I might be wrong, but I think she might be holding her like the sword up like, like there, and it might be cut off by the panel line. Even if it isn't like literally that, it still gives off the feeling of there being like a blade between her eyes. Oh, the series had like, I feel like the series hasn't done this before, but my god, like someone's face actually being cut off is one of the most terrifying things in the world to me. God damn, this blade is so sharp. Jesus Christ, my. Like, that's the thing, actually. Like, I defaulted to the blade is sharp, but I mean, mine's also insanely strong. Like, in context, if someone with Mai's build can do things like this, it makes sense why Justice Man can fight and be completely unharmed most of the time. I mean, like, the way she fights is very insane, very psychotic. I could see Justice Man seeing her as, a villain. Like, you definitely can't look at this and go, oh yeah, this is a hero of justice. Oh? Who's this? Like, oh yeah, was he the ringleader? Oh my god. Also, like, I assume DeadTube's gonna cover this up, but how? Like, there's so many witnesses. It is so, like, it's so insanely public. This is Shibuya Crossing, right? Like, how? How could you possibly cover this up? Oh my god, the cinematography of these three panels is amazing. I love it. God damn. Like, I know DeadTube almost certainly will never be animated. And if it does get animated, it's probably not going to be animated very well. But if it gets an adaptation in like 5 or 10 years or so, like, once the industry gets better at doing like high detail stuff weekly, I would love to see like, it's so well done. That's the thing. Like, not just the gore, but the cinematography of it. Like, DeadTube is a series that is about like filmmaking. It's about cinematography. It's about making movies, and it's about like different genres of movies. And I really do appreciate that for a series that does that. Like, if it had really like lackluster direction, then that would just be like, oh, it's just an excuse to show gore. But because the direction is so good, it's so compelling. It always keeps me hooked. I guess that's also like why the idea of DeadTube is so like, it's so scary to me. Because all the videos are well edited. Like, I've been on Live Leak before. I've seen like gory videos and stuff. They don't interest me very much because like they have bad directing. Which sounds horrible, but I mean, like, when you cut away, the inherent disgust of seeing like a dead body or something, it comes down to, is this like well done? It's the same reason why, like a Saw movie, for instance, where there's fake gore, but it still looks relatively realistic, can be more compelling than an actual video of, something gory. It comes down to the presentation. And DeadTube's presentation is so on point. Like, the manga's presentation is on point, and in universe, the idea of well-presented, like, acts of extreme violence and sexuality and just awful things, like, that, I think, is terrifying because of how potentially good it could be. Is he going to take this as, like, this is my new rival, perhaps? Because it's either she's got to be a villain or she has to be a rival character. Also, that's true, actually. Like, I kept on talking about cinematography, but she moved so much. Like, how is Machiya recording this? There's no... from a rooftop? Also, TS note, she's so beautiful. I mean, she does look pretty here. I will give you that. But, come on, translator, be more professional. I'm joking, it doesn't matter. Translate however you like. It feels weird that he would do it all from there. I guess... Oh, maybe that's why she moved so much, though. Like... Maybe he, zoomed in and then he slowly zoomed out and followed her. Like, the idea of it all being one take is also interesting in its own rights. Okay, so Justice Channel did upload this footage, and I assume like Machiya also uploaded his on their channel. Oh, they're back. Aw, this is surprisingly heartwarming. Machiya looks so different though. Like, Mashiro looks exactly the same as always. That's just how she is. Machiya looks like he's aged 5 years, which I can understand after last arc. Like, don't get me wrong. I get why it is that he, faded into the darkness and then wanted to kill other dead tubers. He lost his family, he lost his, I was gonna say his daughter, his sister. But I kind of hope we get more focus on him. Maybe not in this arc, but maybe next arc. Like I feel like I'm starting to separate from him, and I hope that the mangaka handles this properly because I want to keep on being attached to him on some level, like just as a protagonist. Okay, our true aim lies elsewhere. So it's not just punishing dead tubers who would destroy families or doing awful things. To crush dead tube itself. Okay. I mean, it's a good sentiment, but how? Oh, okay. So he could become. If you want to take the seat, there will be payment of about 10 billion yen. Dear God. But okay, that if he becomes a premium member, he'll be someone like George L. But even then, like, will that give you enough power to destroy DeadTube? I feel like whoever's designed DeadTube is too smart for that. Like, DeadTube is so ridiculously powerful that, like, once you buy into the fact that, yeah, they can do anything, you have to accept that, like, as a consequence of that, everything is incredibly well designed. In which case, it would feel too, like, plot-induced for it to be, like, simple for a premium member to take down the whole site. Oh, okay, so that's why they did that. So aim for first place, and they can't do it with normal DeadTube. They have to use the new channel system in order to do this. Okay. Alright, if we come first place, we should be able to meet those VIP guys. See, that's the thing. This is where it breaks down. I get why he would be thinking this. Like, sure, they're not being super rational, but I feel like with DeadTube specifically, any meeting between, any, like, member of DeadTube management and DeadTubers would involve the management going, like, yeah, so they're probably going to try and kill us. Like, that's just life. So, like, there has to be things in place to stop that, right? For that reason, we've created our own channel. My channel. And, like, first of all, I love that DeadTube has an app. Like, this isn't just, going to the DeadTube sites on your phone. It's specifically laid out like a material design app. Yeah, like, not even like an iOS app. Specifically like a material design app. Like the current YouTube app. Actually, it probably is just the YouTube app, but with text replaced. But still, like, that is nuts to me. That is pretty insane, though. Like, he's already committed to the idea of, for the rest of my life, or, until we kill the top heads of DeadTube, we have to do daily uploads, which is insane. I think daily uploads are insane on normal YouTube. But I mean, like, Mai is the kind of girl who would be okay with this, as long as it's Machiya filming her. Yeah, so they have to defeat Justice Channel then. Which, to be fair, it could just mean, like, they have to do better than Justice Channel, but the way this is set up, and especially because they are a DeadTube hunter channel, like, they have to kill Justice Channel. It's also exciting that they're both, like, second and third, so number 1 is still out there. Maybe, like, Justice Man will have to fight number 1, maybe Machiya and crew will get to number 1 first, who knows? I am interested. I am very interested in what this plan is. I feel like, because, again, he is a filmmaker, I feel like it has to involve, like, the rules of tokusatsu. He has to set up something where, like, Justice Man would admit, okay, this is where I have to, pretend to fail for a moment. And then that's when Mashiro just, when Mashiro just cuts his head off. Oh boy, okay. Feel the taste of justice and blood. Boy and a girl tied up by the bond of evil. Okay. It's he's unusually obsessed with becoming the number 1 hero. Is this a My Hero Academia reference? Maybe, actually. I said that as a joke, like, obviously, there's no way, but it could be. Like, just the idea of these people striving, like, Justice Man specifically striving to be the number 1 hero, to be the All Might of this world. I mean, I do believe that Machan isn't going to betray the main group. Like, I think that'll be the trick, is that Justice Man believes in her too much, and then she's able to trick him into, like, doing something really fucked up. Right. She's like the final fated rival in your story, right? Okay. That's a good direction to take it. Yep. So, I think it might genuinely be we have to take down the number 1 channel. And then after that, like, they'll set up I guess that means that this volume won't end with, a Mashiro versus Justice Man fights, but I think it'll be both of them actually hunting for the number 1 title. And then whoever's number 1 gets taken down, and then right after that, they do the big climactic fights, which is scripted somehow. And yes, like, if it was just her, like, telling him this, I doubt that he'd buy it. But because his sister's on board too, like, he has to buy it. Of course, after all, justice will definitely win in the end. If there's one thing I wish this group would do, like, I think that the scan quality is incredible. It is definitely way better than, the early scans of the series. The only thing is, I think the text is a bit too small, especially for these massive bubbles. Like, I'd definitely say increase the font size a little bit. Okay, meticulous manager. He does not seem like he doesn't seem super edgy at all. What are his videos like? Like, to be fair, it could be an ironic, visage. Like, he intentionally tries to look super clean and, maybe he has other people who are super brutal. He has a chibi opening. What? Okay. Is this all just gossip? Yeah, what was that? I love that that's their response. And I really do like, this isn't gory. It's not violent. It's not sexual. It's just a gossip channel. Like, why the hell is this #1 on DeadTube? To be fair, it's #1 on the, DeadTube channels formats. So it might just be because, this is very easy daily upload material. Like, you watch your gore, and then after you're done the gore, you're like, hey, well, what else is up? Let's look at some gossip. What? Huh, this is such an interesting idea for a channel. Oh, okay, I get it. I'll divide the money, the number of subscribers I have, and I'll give it to the viewers as a present. Okay. Okay, that's a really good scheme. Like, I thought it was going to be more of a lottery thing, but, because then you have the excitement of, oh, I got a sub, because then I might get some money off of this. But it's specifically that, he gave that money to everyone. Like, it builds their trust, it's just a good profit in general, it makes you excited that maybe he'll do it again. And then also, it's just, it does make him more truthful, more believable, because, okay, he isn't doing it for the money, he's doing it, for us. But really, he's doing it for the viewers. And that's really triggering her. But I do think, I think that's why he's giving away the money. It's not, it's specifically because he cares more about being #1 than anything else. And, to be fair, I think that, because he's so popular, I don't think Justice Man can justify killing him. I just realized that. Because he's not doing anything violent or gory or even evil. He's spreading gossip, sure, but it's all true, potentially. In that case, if he's doing nothing wrong, then Justice Man can't fight him. Whereas Mashiro, absolutely can. And that would also set her up as being evil, because it's oh, well, she killed this man who did nothing wrong. Yeah, I think Miwa would understand. She's a more casual person. I think she would, she has a more relaxed view of, I mean, it's not just about the money. It also makes more sense that Machan would be super into the money, because she's been paid for everything she's done so far. Okay, that's actually really cool to note. It's not even that his videos are that popular, it's that just people subbed him a lot. Right. Okay, yeah, so we are doing what I thought we were doing. Justice Man can't kill him because he's not an evil person. That's also true in its own way, actually. I didn't consider it like that, because I personally don't think gossip is justice. Even if it's well-intentioned gossip, generally it's just, it's taking down people who don't deserve it. But if you could phrase it like that, especially with members of the Diets, Diets, I do think that makes sense. Justice can't kill each other. Oh, okay. So go in, seduce him. Once we have proof of his seduction, we'll kill him. But at that point, Justice Man won't know it. And then they can put out a video saying okay, first of all, here's proof that he's a bad person. Then here's us killing him. How in the world did they get his address, though? Again, if I were a DeadTuber, I would just make sure no one visits me. No, absolutely not. If I were involved at all with DeadTube, I would just become a hermit. Or, not a hermit, but I would refuse anyone who could, has even a whiff of maybe being involved. But I guess that's why she's being involved. It's because she doesn't have that feeling of being a DeadTuber. What? What? They're both doing exactly the same thing. My god. I wonder what the plot will do now, because the two of them are here. I did not expect this at all. Oh? Is this him, or is this just, his editor? Okay, I guess it is him. I couldn't fully tell because he's kind of scruffy looking, but I guess he does, he cleans himself up before each video. Oh my gosh, that's so real. That's so incredibly real. Okay, he does seem to be, like, genuinely very diligent, too. Like, that might be the big roadblock, is that he won't molest them. He won't do anything bad to them. He's just a guy who likes making videos. Like, he is basically a YouTuber just on DeadTube. John, let's rape him together! Oh, boy. Oh? Oh? He's so big! Oh my god! Oh, boy. This is absolutely insane. Like, is he going to protect his virginity by being too big? Also, no one's filming this, right? So you can't use this as blackmail material. Okay. I mean, again, do they have a spy cam or something? Because otherwise, just no one's filming. Oh? Wait a minute. Huh, what is Machiya thinking then? Because everything there, like, I predicted it. When he said it made total sense. What is that then? Like, is it just that his weakness is his, Also, oh my god, I just noticed. They have footage of the two of them as kids. Like, goddamn, Machiya is really going in depth with this video. This is gonna be one hell of a takedown. It's just I don't want to involve them in my main part of the plan. Oh. Okay, so they do have a spy camera. I mean, that is true. Like, even if it is, like, fully consensual, I mean, first of all, you could put it out as just, hey, he's having sex with underage kids. Secondly, they could just, like, edit the video so it's less, less consensual. Oh, that feels so weird to say, though. Okay, chapter 38. This is the final chapter I'm reading for this video. Oh, wow, this came out when Batoto was going down. Like, not even when it was down, but when it was, like, announced to be going down. Wow, that's a blast from the past. This is such a weird what if. Especially Justice Man being there. Although I guess the people he killed are also there, so it is absolutely a bizarre what if. How could this possibly happen? Okay, so is he genuinely driven by justice? Right, I want to fix this disorder because I love this country. Okay. I mean, to be fair, he could be just, putting this on because, these two are around. Like, he might just be lying. But I think he might be honest, like, just because this is exposition. And it would fit into the fact that, he is the #1 DeadTuber. It might be not because he wants to be #1, but specifically just because, like, he wants to use it as a platform. And, he doesn't do anything wrong with it. So as long as he's not, like, zero place, like, as long as he doesn't get killed, it's fine. Oh, man. If you think about it, he might be the ideal DeadTuber, or, like, the ideal person on DeadTube, because he's not a DeadTuber. Right, Justice Man can't kill Diligent Manager since he's a righteous person. Okay, I mean, that is a good point. Why would you use the avenue of DeadTube? Like, if anything, you would just know the DeadTube exists. Maybe the powers that be that could, keep DeadTube alive would keep you from reporting on it, but you'd still, like, work from the outside instead of working within it. What's his rebuttal? Okay, so he wants to do the same thing as Machiya. Ah, okay. That's also cool. Like, he did actually try to, to do a bunch of frontal attacks. And in the end, he was like, well, I'll do it from the inside. Which is, like, it is Machiya's own plan. So he can't be, like, I'm sure he will say, like, well, only one of us can do it. But still. Yeah, especially since, like, he's almost too diligent because he doesn't kill anyone. Like, because of that, I imagine if he became a premium member, he wouldn't do anything cool. It would just be, like, he'd be kind of a drag in the machine. But even then, I imagine, like, the VIPs would just be like, well, you're not interesting, so we'll have you killed or something. Whereas, like, with Mashiro and Machiya, they have a much higher chance of being liked by the people at the very top, and therefore, like, getting more clearance, and then eventually being able to, kill everyone at the top. Okay, so they are absolutely just turning it into a rape video. It's found hiring child prostitutes. It's going to be a very convincing smear video. Oof. Yeah, it's fake news! I'm gonna replace your playful voice with a voice that sounds like being raped. And yeah, if they have her, then wait. Oh wow, is she finally standing up for herself? Or like she's standing up for something that she thinks is greater than herself? Like even for like if money's on the line, she won't take it. Oh man. I could understand that. Like regardless of whether she's really in love with him or if she really liked the sex, I think just, seeing someone that genuinely good and then knowing that your friends want to kill him or want to, take him down. Yeah. Yeah, like at this point, Like, they're definitely the villains in this arc. They're definitely the ones being more immoral than someone else. And, like, even though he's saying this, like, even though he's, he's fine with, the sacrifices he'll make, I can understand exactly why Machan wouldn't want to kill him. Oh, and of course, keep, dragging him down just a little, keeping him balanced. Ooh, oh yeah, that's right, Justice Man's group could also do the exact same thing. They're humans whose job it is to create fake news. Is she going to do is she going to entrap herself then, maybe? Like, all she really has to do is have him fall on top of her. And then Justice Man would definitely, accept that as being rape. Oh? Okay, never mind. I thought that was absolutely going to be, 10. Because we're seeing this, he's absolutely gonna die. He might die this chapter. Especially because, he's involved with DeadTube. Like, at this point, he can't back out. Though, I guess... Never mind. I was thinking about that as, as if he were any other channel, but not really. Because he is the way he is, theoretically, he could still be #1 that entire time, or just, be on the platform, and she wouldn't have to worry about it. Like, he'd just be making videos that she's morally okay with. Oh, God. And yeah, considering how she's lived her life up to this point, I could definitely see why he's so appealing to her. Okay, I mean, he's gotten a fair warning. And he's given up all the money, too, so it's not even like he can hire bodyguards or something. I feel like he's absolutely going to be massacred. I mean, it's also very possible that, the new number 4 group, for instance, could, rise up, kill him, and then because they did something that evil, Justice Man will kill them, and then we'll have the Justice Man Mashiro face off eventually. Oh no, it's the biker. Yeah, it's her. Oh, she's wearing the same mask that she did before, right? I mean, it's not as small as it was, but still. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Okay, so... Again, I doubt it's Justice Man's idea. It's just that his sister was able to gradually convince him that, yeah, sure, raping her is a good idea. It is justice. And then she'll edit in, yeah, okay, that's it. Oh, God. But yeah, that's the point. It's the exact thing that they wanted to do. It's just, instead of paying her to make the sounds, they're just going to straight up rape her. They could also probably composite her face on or something. But really, just having the voice is enough, right? That is true, though. She can stop this by just not screaming. Please thrust it more fiercely and relentlessly. Oh, God, come on, hang in there. Oh, I mean, they have her tied up is the thing. Unless Mashiro comes in and saves her, she really has no way to, to stop this. She can hold out, but she can't stop it. God, this is awful. If it's lifted, you should feel pain. How? Does it hurt? Oh no, put it in the back. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Because they have the bed put up like that, I thought they were going to try and composite it on, but I guess they really are just going for the voice. Anything else that happens doesn't really matter. It's just, if they get the voice, they can, put that on the video. Actually, wait a minute. How did they get the video? I guess that's the main problem now that I think about it. They don't have the video that Machiya has. Unless Machiya, directly sent it to them. Which I could see him doing, as part of his, evil master plan. Let's thrust the place without hole as well. First of all, guys, I mean, I've been mostly skimming over the bad parts of the translation, but man, this is... Oof, that's rough. But the place without hole. So... Oh no. Oh no. Oh God. Oh, and the fact... because you said it hurts. No, please. If only, because it's also a stabby object, the way she'll word it, without even thinking about it, it's going to sound like, a penis going into her. That sounds so dumb when I say it out loud, but I hope you understand what I mean. Yeah, don't. Please stop it already. Pull it out. It hurts. Please pull it out. The I beg you manager part, though. Oh, no. That part's from the actual video. That was when she was, saying, more, please. Oh, jeez. That's awful. And yeah, it is pretty real. All that trust he built up, all the money he, poured out. I really wish these were translated, by the way. All these words being, used here to slowly degrade his reputation. Those are all very important. Those should all be translated. But God, that is crushing. He did basically nothing wrong. Plus, it does dirty the image of Justice Man a lot, now that we know for a fact. It's not just that Justice Man is totally unaware of what his sister is doing. It's that he's compliant. If he kills this guy, it's because he knows that, the information of this guy being being evil is all fake. Like, goddamn. Oh, which video was this actually? I do remember this specific video. Like, I remember this scene specifically. This could have just been drawn for this, but I feel like, was it an early DeadTube video? Was it in Volume 1? It's not. Yeah, it's not Machiya's sister. Definitely not. Oh, man. I'm gonna have to look through it again, though. Because I feel like this is definitely a video we've seen before. Oh no, he's going out because he loves her. Ah. Right. And he's even doing the right thing here. He's not, like, he's saying exactly what needs to be said. Hey, I'm not evil. The real evil is somewhere else. But he doesn't give a crap about it. Justice Man is not justice. Jeez. Oh, that's awful. That is actually fucking awful. Oh, man. Diligent Manager is, like, I wouldn't call him one of my favorite characters in the series. Definitely not. Like, but in terms of just being a good person, I really like him. He's like that one, like, in the series Kaiji, there are very few genuinely selfless people. Most people are kind of shitty, like, to some extent. So even if those selfless people aren't, like, the greatest characters, even if I don't like them the most, I do always think of them as, like, oh yeah, that's a great person. In the same way, I'm definitely, like, Diligent Manager has really jumped to #1 on my good person scale on DeadTube. He really did nothing wrong. Diligent Manager did nothing wrong. Okay, so overall, do I have any final thoughts about this? I really like the ways we've shown the fall from justice of Justice Man. That we've gone from, he is kind of justified, like, especially with his first murder when they were kids. But over time, and especially in these last 4 chapters, we've seen him slowly degrade. Or not even slowly, rapidly. He's rapidly degraded until he's like this, where he raped someone. He committed a horrible, like, act of injustice to frame someone, and then he killed that framed person. Like, that is absolutely not justice. They didn't really touch on a lot of crazy Toku stuff, but they did come up with, the whole framing of Mashiro as being the rival or the final boss. So I'm hoping next volume has that. Like, I'm really hoping next volume is the more Toku-ish arc, whereas this is more of the, like, what is justice arc, / like, can you be just on DeadTube arc. Overall, DeadTube's a great series. Really enjoying it. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Bye for now. Nya nya.